Hi everybody. I know it's very hard to sometimes redesign your kitchen and come up with different ideas and solutions and just figure this all out. How do you do it? So stay tuned and follow with me, and I'm hopefully going to give you some ideas and recommendations on how to design your small kitchen yourself. Take a look. Hello guys, and today I wanted to talk about one of our projects. It's a kitchen design that we're working on for one of our clients, and this is a custom kitchen renovation. So they have an old cabinet with the bulkhead, and it's a very traditional look. They just purchased the house, so they would like to make it more modern, more open, and more interesting. They also have a peninsula, which is not as popular right now. You cannot sit there, so they would like to have to put in a 5 by 10 island and change the appliances and a lot of other things. So they went to IKEA and they used their software to prepare a basic layout. And basically, what they did is the same, using the same idea that they have now, not to change. They didn't change the appliances, so everything is in the same location. They thought that's the best way to do it, the design. But when I came in and I looked at the space and I got a feeling of it, I came up with other ideas as well. So they already seen their design. They know how this kitchen looks and how it functions. So I'm gonna work on the second option today to kind of show them what it could be, as well as removing the wall on this side. And we're gonna be closing one of the windows just to add additional storage. So everything that's lost from this wall will be will be added to the upper cabinets on this wall right here. So if we look at some more images, we have, so this is the whole, they have a pantry with, they really like to have a pantry in the kitchen as well. This wall will be fully removed as well as this wall. And now peninsula turned into an island, the bulkhead will be removed. So this is the layout that they came up with. And so we're keeping the sink, the stove, and if the budget does not allow you to change all your appliances, because that requires a lot of construction work and electrical work and all kinds of additional costs, then the best way is to keep it the same way. However, if there's a budget and there's more room to play with, I'd recommend to really spend the time and figure out a proper design that would work. So they did put an island with a lot of drawers, which is nice. And yeah, so here basically I'm just gonna go through a bit of a process of how I designed this client space using 2020 design. So I already have the layout set up, and like I said, when you're using big pantries, and the client was thinking to put a pantry on this wall, on this wall right here, and between the backyard door and the window, it's not a bad idea, but it's very heavy. Everything, you have the fridge, the double oven, microwave, or pantry, it's always very bulky. So if you take it floor to ceiling, it'll be blocking your view, it'll be blocking your light. So all the heavy stuff, I'd like to tuck it away whenever it's possible. In this case, they have a wall right there, so that whole back wall is basically for all our heavy items like pantries. And also I recommended to put a broom closet, and the fridge will go there. And this becomes a little complicated in terms of accessing one of the corners, so you either lose that space, or if you're using custom cabinetry, there's always mechanisms like magic corners or lamances that you can use and put them in the corner. So here is basically the first thing I start with is the sink. So that's the best idea, to put a sink in the middle. I mean, we decided that that's where the sink is gonna go. Currently, they have a dishwasher that's located on the right, and she's comfortable with that. And all the right-handed customers, they do like that option. So we're gonna keep the dishwasher there. Then I'm putting a panel, a filler from the walls, and right away I'm putting a broom closet. So at the of the kitchen. This is a good place to put your broom, vacuum hose, and things like that. So that's where that goes. After that is a big pull-out pantry with internal drawers. Then we have the fridge. This corner cabinet, it will be accessed through the Lamans mechanism. And then another, basically, this is the door that's going to be accessing the corner, and I will show the lamans a little bit later. And again, with the design, it's going back and forth, trying to find the best location and make everything symmetrical and even. So I'll be playing, moving things around as we go along. And then I have a little cabinet on the right of the dishwasher. This could be also a towel pull-out. It could be another pull-out for your cleaning supplies. There's lots of things that could be added. Left of this sink cabinet is the big garbage bin. We decided that they liked the bigger model with the 4 bins, so you have your compost and garbage. Then the stove location. Ideally, I want to center it between the window and the backyard door and make it symmetrical with the upper cabinets on the left and the right. And again, here it will require a bit of a play back and forth, back and forth. So I'm just gonna adjust these. Left and right of the stove will have pull-out spice racks and pull-out oil racks, and also could be a pull-out for your utensils. A very popular mechanism. A lot of positive feedback from the clients. They really like it, and it helps a lot with keeping the countertop clean. And the whole idea of this is to have your countertop nice and clean by having the custom kitchen. So finding a space for all your little things is very important. Here again, I'm just playing with the cabinets and adding and subtracting and making sure everything is symmetrical. So measuring the window space and then making the cabinets on the left and right of the window exactly the same. With custom cabinets it's possible, and that gives it a more custom look, so everything is more precise and detailed. Then because of the space, it works out to be, I don't want to put too big of an upper, so it works out to have another upper cabinet which could be used for smaller things, and also little spices, because spices come in different sizes and shapes. So a lot of people keep them in the upper cabinet, some like to put them in a drawer. And so there's all kinds of ideas. It could also be a pull-out for spices. Adding a fridge cabinet above a fridge. What's nice to have is, because it's so deep and tall, it's nice to put the tray dividers. They're very convenient. It's easy to reach. You open and you just have all of them nicely lined up above the fridge, or above double oven. In this case, we do not have a double oven, so I would put the tray dividers above the fridge. Now I'm just locating the island, and the island we're probably going to use a lot of drawers, and trying to keep the space nice and clear. Minimum clearance is 36. For two cook kitchen is 48, but if you have the space, and also there's that wall, we're not sure how much they're going to be able to remove that wall or cut it down, so it could potentially stay the same at 42 inches. And we need the clearance. They really wanted a 10-foot by 5-foot island, so we'll go with the 10 by 4 cabinetry, and then the rest is going to be an overhang on one side with the waterfall countertops. So here I lined up all the cabinets. There's also additional storage because she's losing all the cabinets on the wall that's being removed. We decided to add some storage on the back wall just before the family room, and this is a good spot for barbecuing and landing area, as well as serving table. To bring stuff in and out of the house from backyard when you have an event, it's a great place to have that additional storage. Now I'm just going to be playing a little bit with the sizes of the cabinets, so I adjusted and made the pantry smaller and made the broom closet a little bit bigger, just in case they want to put a vacuum hose and a couple of brooms and maybe a bucket inside. So everything is in the kitchen, and it's like a messy storage with your cleaning supplies. It's all there. And just to give it more of a look of the waterfall, I'm adding side gables to the island. And just adjusting the design. I added the sink, the stove. Now they also wanted a microwave in the island, so I recommended to go with the microwave drawer model. It's very popular, and It's very nice and easy to use. A lot of clients have a positive feedback and positive experience with that, so I do really recommend it. And also wine fridge. So they wanted to face the wine fridge facing into the kind of the family room. However, if they have a waterfall, it's going to be a little bit complicated to do that, and it will break up the counter look. So I would recommend just to hide it inside the kitchen and maybe put it closer to the end of the kitchen so it's easier to access. And so we have the drawings here. Now let's take a look what came out of this. So presentation. So there you go. That's basically a kitchen. So we have the broom closet. We have the pull-out pantry with internal drawers or maybe external drawers, another pantry. Then the corner cabinet, which would be the Lamont. The upper is also going to be accessed in just a straight pantry, and then this little guy will have a appliance garage. So it'd be a door that opens to the left, and it will be a nice spot for a toaster, maybe a kettle that's be sitting on the right of the sink, and then when guests come over, you just open that door, slide it inside. We have done a couple of kitchens like that, and customers find it very nice and organized, and that will give you that your clean counter space. Then we have a little pull-out, like I was saying, could be a towel pull-out, dishwasher, sink, garbage pull-out, lots of drawers, spice pull-out, utensil pull-out. Again, more and more drawers on the left side. Here it's a little bit better to see, and the upper cabinet, so you see how everything, when you come into the house, the entrance is about here, so you have a nice view of a big island, and island most likely will be painted gray to give a contrast and connect with the gray veins of the quartz countertop. It will be white and gray, and the kitchen will be high gloss. And the back, so here we have the window and the door, leaving the same spaces on each side, leaving a lot of room around the hood, because the hood is very even if you get a nice model, it's still not, you're cooking, so there's steam and all kinds of things, so it's better to have room so the steam, and it's easier to clean, and the steam has it shouldn't escape, but it has places to go, and you don't have it very tight to the gables where it starts to create a mess in your kitchen. And the island, looking at this side, again, drawers. Maybe I had a cabinet for with two doors. Sometimes when you have a bigger pot, or you just have a bag of potatoes or things you want to lay just on a shelf, or cases of pop, you can do that in this cabinet. And then the wine fridge and the microwave drawers, depending how you use them, they could be reversed. The wine fridge could be put at the end, so if somebody wants to grab a bottle of wine and you're cooking, it's not interfering with the flow. So this is the layout that we have. We'll meet with the clients, go over all these details, go over all the specifications, and just see and do adjustments. And after that, when sometimes it's 1 or 2 meetings to make sure that the design fits your lifestyle. And that's it. If you have any questions, put them below, and we'll try to answer them. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.